Hello, fellow Dragon Ball Z fans. I wanted to come to you today to talk about a character who's become a real hit around the franchise lately, none other than Universe 6's own Hit. Now, the reason that this character is so popular at the moment, at least from the fans that I speak with over at my Facebook page and Twitter, feel free to subscribe to those in the description below, is the fact he's surrounded by a lot of mystery. I mean, speaking for myself and most likely a lot of other fans, as soon as Universe 6 had their fighting team announced, and we saw what the fighters looked like. We had the Winnie the Pooh, Majin Buu looking character Botamo. We had Kaba, who was the little short Saiyan. It really reminded me of Vegeta's younger brother Tarble, as well as, looking at his hair, reminded me of Ultimate Gohan. We had the robot, who really looks like an android, so to speak. He especially reminded me of the robots that Goku had to fight back in the Dragon Ball days. And when it came to Hit, he just really stood out to me, not skipping Frost on intention there. I just feel like Hit, as soon as I saw him, Frost looks like Frieza. You had a Majin Buu like Fat Bear. You had a little Saiyan, almost like a remnants of Vegeta from the Saiyan saga. And then you had the robot who looked like the android. And then Hit, to me, as soon as I saw him, I instantly thought Purple Cell. I mean, just looking at his facial expression, his facial structure, he just looked like a perfect Cell-like counterpart. Now, the thing that really has me going in terms of his character is just by the way he carries himself. I mean, we really don't have a lot to go off at this point, aside from him, in the opening, which was totally badass. If you haven't seen the new Dragon Ball Super opening, I recommend you check it out immediately, because the order of the fighters, if I'm not mistaken, based off the opening, seems to be established, where you have Otamo first, Frost second, the giant robot third, Kaba the Saiyan, he's fighting number 4, and it was pretty cool if you looked in the opening that he seemed to be kicking energy beams. It was really cool, almost like when Trunks in Legacy of Goku 2 would slash his Zords as a energy beam. It looked like Kaba was doing the same thing when he was kicking. And then you had Hit, who did like an after image move and then finger beam the audience. This guy, I mean, really, right now he is one of my favorite characters. We haven't seen a lot from him. He's already one of my favorites because I can't wait to see what he can do. The speculation of this video, though, is how powerful is Hit? Now, based off what we've seen so far, you have to realize that Universe 6 and Universe 7 are counterparts. So growing up, watching the Dragon Ball franchise since the beginning, seeing where Goku and Vegeta are now in terms of power, arguably rivaling the gods like Beerus and Whis. Well, not Whis, but, perhaps Beerus at this point. It's hard to believe that there's anybody out there who can actually compete with them within their universe. Now, looking at Universe 6, I mean, if you look back at the Battle of Gods movie, if you really want to compare the dialogue between the movie and the anime Dragon Ball Super, Beerus said that in some of the universes, there are beings out there who are more powerful than himself and Whis, given the fact that Goku and Vegeta are number 1 in their universe, aside from Beerus, Whis, and arguably Monaka. But I'll get into Monaka in another video. Hit seems to be the captain of Team Champa, if I'm not mistaken. I don't believe in the manga or anime they establish who is the captain or the particular order of Champa's team, aside from the opening of the Champa saga. And it seems like, again, Hit was the last one. So I'm just going to assume he's the team captain. So with that being said, you can argue that he is the most powerful on their team. The question is, how powerful is he? I would say that even if he didn't have a transformation, he looks pretty badass. I mean, his design, to me at least, really looks cool. It almost reminds me of a Nick Fury from, the Avengers. Just the fact that his outfit appearance almost looks like the black trench coat that, Nick Fury wears in the movie. So that's pretty cool. Samuel L. Jackson there. And the fact that he's bald. So to me, I mean, I'm just looking at his character design right now as I'm recording this video. He has the belt and he almost has like a purple dark, kind of trench coat looking thing, if you will. Kind of looks like, opens up when it comes to the leg area. It does look like a base form. I will admit, it does look like a base form, a base Hit. So even, it looks like he does have a transformation, no doubt. I mean, given the fact that, I will say that I'm not really keen on any more Super Saiyan transformations for a little while, especially with Goku and Vegeta. I think they have enough for now. I'm ready to see some more transformations, kind of things we haven't seen before, especially with these new characters. Now, what really makes Hit a potential threat is the fact that he carries himself, aside from looking like Cell, based off what we've seen so far, him just closing his eyes, kind of crossing his arms, and, a serious, kind of aloof atmosphere around him. He reminded me of Pikkon, almost like a Piccolo-esque character. I feel like what would make him a real threat to both Goku and Vegeta especially if they came against him in the tournament, assuming the order, if Goku loses and Piccolo fights against Frost, Vegeta fights after Piccolo does and makes it all the way to number 5. That means that Vegeta will potentially have to take out at least two of Champa's teammates by himself before he fights Hit, loses, and then Monaka takes over. I think what will really make Hit a threat is not the power factor, but the training factor. Here's a theory for you. What if Hit, ends up taking out Monaka, and Universe 7 only has the 4 fighters, Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Monaka, they all lose, but they need a 5th fighter. Majin Buu, even if he wakes up, they determine, hey, if, SS Blue, Vegeta got knocked out, and Monaka, who is supposedly more powerful than SS Blue, Goku, and Vegeta, how in the heck is Majin Buu going to win unless he turns Hit into candy? But if Hit's really that powerful, he might pull a Super Vegito and end up beating down the rest of the Z team. Beating down Majin Buu as a piece of candy. Vegeta told Trunks that fusion was apparently against the rules. He said that, hey, if you want to fight in this tournament, get your own strength and compete. I don't believe it was officially stated that in the rules fusion was not allowed. Here's what I think. What if Goku and Vegeta fuse into, say, Gogeta, or maybe Vegito? Given that the fact that the Kais are there, they've shown them that, hey, the Dragon Balls can diffuse a Tara fusion. They give Goku and Vegeta the earrings and determine, hey, you guys could fusion dance, but 30 minutes won't be enough for this fight. So they give them the Patara earrings, they fuse to Vegito and fight Hit. And eventually, after the fight's over, they use the Dragon Balls to split into 2 again. What will make Hit a challenge is not the power factor, but what if, unlike Beerus, Goku, and Vegeta, he mastered the training like Whis was trying to teach all 3 of them, Beerus, Goku, and Vegeta, how to fight without thinking, how to just control your body without, using your mind, if you will. Almost like, I'm trying to remember the dialogue Whis was trying to say, that you need to find that balance. Goku is too carefree, Vegeta is too tense and serious, Beerus is just too, well, I think he's a little bit of Goku and Vegeta put together, if you will, that he flies off the handle at the drop of a hat, but he's also a bit carefree. I think that's the reason Hit might be a real challenge. Not just the power that he potentially possesses, but the fact that he's really mastered the training that Whis was trying to give to Goku, Vegeta, and Beerus. The only way they could win is if they allow Fusion to be a new fighter. Because when you think about it, Vegito would technically be fighter number 5. True, he's made up of Goku and Vegeta, but Vegito is his own person. Now, I think it will be a good fight, not only because it will be a good fight regardless, even if I don't think Vegito would OP, Hit like he did Super Buu. It will be a pretty damn good fight. I think that Fusion has been I'm tongue-tied just talking about hinting and Hit right here. Fusion has been hinted a lot, especially in the Resurrection F arc, when you have Whis trying to teach Goku and Vegeta what's wrong with them individually, and the fact that those two training together brings out the best in each other, and they progress a lot faster by training together. Now, can you imagine that Fusion just brings out the best of them as one? Old Kai said that the fact that they were rivals is why the fusion of Vegito was more complete. Now, I really feel that there's that balance if Goku and Vegeta fuse during the tournament, that the carefree nature of Goku and the seriousness of Vegeta would just blend together evenly, and that will give Hit a really good fight, and they will come out on top. Now, with that being said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. It is my first Dragon Ball Z video, and I really want to get my thoughts out there. So with that being said, again, I'm going to provide the links to my Twitter, my Dragon Ball Z Facebook page in the description below, as well as my Dragon Ball Z blog, where I, obviously write about things about the franchise, the video games, because I really love discussing these things with other fans. So this, again, is my first video. So in the comment section below, let me know what you liked about this video. Are there any particular topics you would like me to discuss? And please like and share with your friends. And also subscribe to the channel for any new video updates. And I will see you all in the next episode.